The storm surge, wind damage, and inland flooding caused by Helene has taken its toll on much of the southeast. The death toll from the storm is climbing. Right now, at least 64 people have been killed across multiple states. Thank you for joining us here at 6:30. I'm Alex Dieterer. After making landfall in Florida Thursday night, Helene traveled inland, dumping as much as 30 inches of rain in the mountains of North Carolina. The storm is causing life-threatening floods and at least a dozen landslides. We spoke to former WHAS producer and director Larry Ledford, who has deep ties to the state. He sent us these photos of his hometown in Marshall, North Carolina. You can see that the town is covered in about 30 feet of water. Ledford tells us today he lost someone he was connected with.
He refused to leave his home. Sadly, the water got so high that it took his home off the foundation. The home did go over the upper dam and basically just exploded, and they haven't been able to find his body. So that's one of those moments where when they tell you you need to evacuate, you should evacuate.
Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear announced today that Kentucky has sent an incident management team to assist in the recovery efforts. FEMA's director says recovery will be complicated with so many systems down, but they are prepared to help. LG&E has also been working to restore power right here in Kentucky. The energy company said Helene impacted more than 205,000 customers. That made it the fourth largest event for the utilities over the last 20 years. Some of the hardest hit areas are in eastern and central Kentucky, as well as Louisville. The heavy wind and rain down nearly 1,500 wires and broke more than 100 poles. Right now, LG&E says more than 16,000 customers are still without power. The impacts of Hurricane Helene are impacting travel all over the region, including right here in the metro. Some travelers at the Greyhound terminal in downtown Louisville say they've been waiting for hours. Some even say days for their bus to leave the station and take them home. WHAS11's Alexandra Goldberg and photojournalist Aspen Hester were there this afternoon as bus riders were looking for answers.
The sad thing is most of the people that take Greyhounds, you know, they don't have a car, you know, they don't have a bunch of money, they can't fly, you know, so they're at the mercy of this bus. It's the only way for them to travel, you know. So they just sit here and wait.
Greyhound bus passengers say they've been waiting, both for their bus to leave the station and for answers. At the Louisville terminal, riders reported waiting hours, and some waiting overnight for a bus driver to arrive and drive the scheduled route. This group is waiting for a ride to Atlanta, Georgia, going through Nashville, Tennessee. Their bus was scheduled for 2:20 Sunday afternoon, but ended up leaving around 5 p.m. Greyhound says routes in the eastern U.S. are affected by the aftermath of Hurricane Helene.
My heart goes out to these people because they're tired. They've been traveling and they're just tired and they don't have anywhere to sit or stay, and there's no Greyhound drivers, so what are they going to do?
In a statement sent to WHAS11, a Greyhound spokesperson said in part, quote, due to the ongoing impacts and aftermath of Hurricane Helene, bus schedules across the eastern United States remain subject to changes, cancellations, and delays. The company said customers with canceled tickets can rebook or claim a refund, but per their terms and conditions, they aren't responsible for alternate travel, food, or lodging for weather-related scenarios. In Louisville, Alexandra Goldberg, WHAS 11, on your side.
And let's get you right to meteorologist Matt Breedlin. Matt, we continue to feel these impacts of Helene. Right now, the rain is falling over Kentuckiana yet again today.
Yeah, you know, this definitely has been a very slow, lingering system, and I know a lot of us are like, when is it going to end? But I promise the end is coming when we're going to start seeing more sunshine and definitely some better weather too. But right now, we just saw a brief shower cross over through downtown. It was very fast moving and now it's pretty much out of here. But the temperature's still at 75 degrees. We've got winds out of the north-northeast at 6 miles per hour. And we're still seeing some of those lingering cloudy skies. Temperatures are still in the lower 70s for the rest of us too. 73 near Bowman, 72 Fern Creek, 73 near Shepherdsville. Rest of us outside the city, 71. 71 Hardinsburg, and 70 for you folks near Hodgensville. But here is the remnants of Helene still swirling all around between Kentucky and Tennessee. But you'll notice a lot of these showers are beginning to break apart. We're just seeing these very small, pesky, quick come and go showers that we saw earlier. So we could still see a few of these pass through as we go further on into the evening time, but I'm really thinking as we head into the nighttime hours, we're going to stay more quiet. Mostly cloudy skies will be arriving as we head further on into those evening time, and we're going to see mostly cloudy conditions as we head into our Monday morning. But here's how we're looking into the next upcoming days. We're tracking better temperatures, especially for Wednesday into the weekend. All those details about why this is happening coming up in your full 7-day forecast here in just a few short minutes.
Thank you, Matt. The sheriff accused of shooting and killing a district judge in eastern Kentucky will be back in court this week. Mikey Steins is scheduled to be back in court on Tuesday for a preliminary hearing. Mickey Steins, who is the sheriff of Letcher County, is charged with murder after state police say he shot and killed District Judge Kevin Mullins in his chamber. State police say the two were arguing before the shooting. Governor Beshear has called on Steins to resign. However, the governor did indicate he would move quickly to remove him if Steins does not resign. 45,000 dock workers at ports from Texas to Maine are preparing to strike. Their deadline for a new contract is Tuesday, just past midnight. The International Longshoresmen Association is demanding higher hourly wages over the course of a new contract and a ban on automated cranes, gates, and trucks. The U.S. Maritime Alliance representing the ports says it's committed to negotiating, but claims the union is not bargaining in good faith. If both sides remain deadlocked, several of the nation's highest grossing ports could shut down. That could cause severe supply chain disruptions and potentially cost the U.S. economy billions of dollars a day.
It's estimated that a strike would cost somewhere around $5 billion a day. I mean, that would be the economic impact.
The East and Gulf ports account for more than half of U.S. container imports. They facilitate the delivery of everything from toys and fresh fruit to nuclear reactors. A weeks-long strike could create supply chain issues, driving up prices for things like produce, seafood, pharmaceuticals, electronics, and cars.